You said no. Just once. You said you couldn't drive her to the appointment this time because you had a deadline. And the second you hung up the phone, it hit you like a wave. That sick, hollow feeling in your chest that says you failed her. That you're supposed to be able to do it all. And you didn't. And now you're a bad daughter. If you felt that exact gut punch, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why that guilt shows up and how to finally start putting it down. Let's just sit here for a second. Because what you're feeling is real, and it deserves to be named. It's guilt, yes, but it's also exhaustion that's been building for months. It's resentment you don't want to admit to. It's fear, quiet fear about what's coming next for her. And grief for the parent she used to be. And here's what I need you to hear before anything else. You are not a bad daughter for feeling this. Not for the guilt, not for the anger, not for the moments you've wished, just for 1 hour, that this wasn't your life right now. Those feelings don't make you a failure. They make you human. Now let's talk about where this guilt is actually coming from. Because once you see it clearly, it loses some of its grip. The first reason is comparison. You look at your childhood, at the version of your mom who packed your lunches and stayed up with you when you were sick, and some part of you thinks you owe her an equal trade, hour for hour, sacrifice for sacrifice. But here's the truth. Caregiving isn't a debt you repay one-to-one. It's not a scoreboard. You showing up imperfectly, tired and human, still counts, even on the days it doesn't feel like enough. The second reason is the myth of the good daughter. Somewhere along the way you absorbed this idea that a good daughter never gets frustrated, never needs a break, never says no. And here's the part nobody talks about. The daughters who last in this, the ones who don't burn out completely, are the ones who set limits early. Boundaries aren't betrayal. They're what makes it sustainable. Now here's something most people don't realize until years into this. The guilt doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It usually shows up strongest in the moments you're actually taking care of yourself. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when you've spent so long equating your worth with your exhaustion. The third reason is unspoken sibling comparison. And this one runs deeper than most people admit out loud. Maybe you're the one who lives closest, or the one who always answers the phone at midnight, and somewhere inside you're keeping score of who's doing more, even if you'd never say it to their face. But it gets more complicated than that. Because resentment toward a sibling and guilt toward your parent often come from the exact same wound, feeling like it all rests on you alone. That resentment isn't proof you're a bad person either. It's proof you're carrying more than your share. The fourth reason is anticipatory grief. You're not just tired from today. You're carrying the weight of watching someone slowly change, in small ways at first, a forgotten name, a missed step. And some of that guilt is actually grief wearing a disguise. Grief for a future that's already starting to feel different than you imagined it would. And the fifth reason, the one people rarely say out loud, is that you're human, and you have limits. And every single time you bump up against one of those limits, your brain tells you it's a moral failure instead of what it actually is. Evidence that you're one person carrying more than one person was ever meant to carry alone. Here's the honest truth most caregiving videos are too careful to say. You cannot love someone into being okay. And you cannot guilt yourself into becoming a better caregiver. Guilt has never once made you more patient at 2 a.m. It has never once made a hospital hallway easier to sit in. All it does is drain the exact energy she actually needs from you. Letting go of guilt isn't selfish. It's what allows you to actually show up. So here's where I want to leave you. You came into this feeling like you were failing her. I want you to leave knowing something different. That showing up tired, showing up imperfect, showing up human, that is still showing up. That still counts. Tell me in the comments, what's the one phone call or moment this week where that guilt hit you the hardest? I read every single one, and you are not alone in this. If you want to know what to actually do the next time your sibling refuses to help, that video is coming up next. And if nobody has told you lately, you are doing an incredible job. Subscribe so you never have to face this journey alone.